One love to the humble, one love to the humble, one love to the humble. May grace and peace be multiplied unto you. Got a video request from the good brother Trey Day. And the video request is basically what happens if Trump sends the Marines into black neighborhoods to fight crime. Now, he want to know, what do I think about that, and will it help? Well, I don't think that. I mean, I haven't been following what's going on, to be honest with you. I haven't really been watching TV in a while. I've been kind of like shut off from things doing. I got some other things I'm doing, so I haven't been really in the mix on what's going on in the political world and things like that. But I do understand. I don't really have to look at it to understand what the question is that he's asking me. So I would say this right here. Um, I don't think he can send active duty to do like homeland stuff. Now he can send the National Guard, like the state's National Guard, their Marines, the National Guard Marines, or the reserves or whatever like that. They can send them in there, but I don't believe he can send active duty Marines to fight those type of things, because active duty is usually used for to go like fight foreign wars, not really fighting wars in the country. So what they'll do is they won't send the active duty guys. They'll send the National Guard or the reservists, guys like that, to go in there and do those things in their cities and stuff like that. Now, the guys, it's a difference between active duty guys and the guys that's in the reserve and National Guard. I'm not disrespecting them at all. I'm just saying it's a difference in the mindset, because the active duty person is constantly thinking about, they're always training. They're in a whole different mindset than a reservist or a National Guard. Because the reservists or National Guard don't do this every day. They only do it like what, every 2 weekends a month, and I think it's like 1 week out the year. The other time they're working on their civilian jobs. Well, active duty person, they doing this they doing it all day, every day, all the time. It's never, they don't never break away from it. Like a reserve and National Guard get to go, they get to work their regular jobs, where they from. They don't ever have to leave, for the most part. And they are there to protect the state or the city or whatever like that. Whereas in the active duty guys, they more like they off somewhere training all the time, going places all the time, doing a lot of different things all the time. They more, their mindset is a little bit different. Now, if they send the reservists in there, it can deter a lot of crime if they use it for that. But I don't think that the type of way that a military person is trained is a lot different than what a police officer is trained. Police officers, I'm not dissing police officers at all, but it's just different type of training. A police officer, they have their training, and their what they have to do is not as rigorous as what it would be for military personnel, especially when you're talking about the Army or Marine Corps. Totally different level of training that you have to do, and a totally different type of mindset. Now, police officers do see a lot of stuff every day. Don't get me wrong; they see a lot of crime. They see a lot of shootings. They see a lot of people, car wrecks. People. They see a lot of traumatic things. They do see a lot of them. But when it comes to being physical, you know, the Army and Marine Corps guys are a lot more physical and a lot more in shape than a just a regular cop. Now there are some cops that's in shape, but the way they work, I don't think that's a requirement for them. But like being in the military, you're going to work out every single day. You don't have an option. It's not by choice. You will work out every day. You have no option, and that's not a choice in the military. You're gonna exercise every day, and like the Army and Marine Corps are gonna do a little more harder exercise. I mean, not harder, but they're gonna work out a little bit more because the mindset is different because of the duty that you have to do. So it's very different. So if you send a Marine or Army soldier to go in these places, let me back up. Active duty Army and Marines work out every single day. National Guard is not gonna. They don't have a. They don't have to do that every day. They do. They probably do it on their own. They gotta stay in some type of shape because they gotta stay meet some type of standard. But the standard they don't have. They're not gonna try to meet the same standard like a active duty person would, because it's different. And they not always in the military mindset, being a reservist or a National Guardsman, right? So you send them in, they're gonna do their jobs, but they're just gonna look at it a little bit differently. Versus the active duty guys, they send them in, they got a different mentality. So if they let's just give you the two differences. I'm starting to ramble now. I'm getting off track. Let me get this solidified. If you send the National Guard and Reserve in there, they can deter crime. They can stop people from doing crime, and people are gonna see it. Most civilians don't know the difference between National Guard reservists versus active duty. They don't know the difference. All they know is the military is here. They don't know what they're looking at. They don't understand it. They think that's probably they don't know the difference. Active duty military people do know the difference. Anyway, they come in, they'll maintain order. I don't think they can operate the same way the police can because they're not trained for the same type of things. You send the military guys in there and you let them loose to do what they do, it's going to be a problem. Now, I don't know what capabilities of the reservists got. I don't know how good their training is. But either way, they still going to be a step ahead of a guy who running up and down the streets. The guys up and down the streets don't have no tactical training. They might be able to shoot. Anybody can squeeze a trigger and shoot somebody. But it's a big difference when somebody taking aim shots at you, not just taking something and just spraying shots. You can spray all you want. But them aim, I don't need but one shot to take you down. Just aim the place on the target correctly. So that National Guardsman or whoever is putting that aim shot on you, no matter how much you spray, you can waste 1,000 bullets spraying, and they only shoot one time and take you out because it's a perfect aim shot. But if let's say you took the active duty guys and put them in there, let's say he did put the active duty guys in there and let them do what they do, let them go in there like they're going into Iraq, Afghanistan, or one of them countries like that where they actually go to war, and you let them guys go in there and just do their thing, they won't stand a chance. Them guys in the black neighborhoods that's causing crime and murder and doing all that, gang members, they'll wipe them out. I'm just being for real. I don't care what you think you are in the streets. I don't care how tough you think you are. I don't care what type of reputation you got. If you send the active duty guys and their army guys or Marine guys, you send them in there and you just tell them, all right, tell them what the mission is, tell them what you want to accomplish, and what they're training. If they go in there, they're gonna wipe them out completely. I'm not saying they won't take casualties, but in the end, the gang members will not be able to withstand it. For one, the gang members are not going to have the firepower to withstand what they're going to be facing. Because once they run out of ammunition, that's a wrap. The military going to have endless ammunition, endless. They never going to run out. They're going to always have somebody bringing more in. While them gang members ain't going to be able to do that. They probably got a certain amount that they can use until they get some more. But if this is constant warfare, constantly, they just constantly going at it, they ain't gonna be able to get they gonna be able to get to no more. But the military guys gonna have ammo continuously being coming in, continuously coming in, continuous reinforcement, continuously. Just by sheer numbers alone, they wouldn't be able to hold them off. And they'll clear that city out or that area out in a matter of one day. So to answer the question, if you send them guys in there to do their job and do it the way they do it, it will clean up the crime. People, the community won't like it because there's going to be a lot of damage going on, but it'll stop all the crime. I mean, I'm not saying that should be done, but if it was done, it wouldn't last too long. I don't think they could do that because most civilians won't go for it. They won't agree with it because most civilians ain't never seen the type of damage that army or the military can cause. They ain't never been in combat. They never seen it. And the type of damage that's going to be caused it's going to shock people to see it because most people ain't never seen that like that. I don't care if you might have seen somebody get shot before, like one person laying down, but you ain't never seen what this gonna be like. It's a totally different level, and most people wouldn't go for it. So that's my take on that. Y'all take care.